The first thing I need to do is gently remove the mother from the eggs.
Before I pull these eggs, I need to get the egg box ready.
I added 1 scoop of perlite to this tub, followed by 2 scoops of vermiculite, and then I mixed it all together. After mixing, I added 1 scoop of water, and then I mixed again, and I continued to mix until the substrate clumped in my hand without dripping any water.
The key is maintaining a high level of humidity inside of your egg box, so you could use multiple different substrates. This one works for me.
Now I have to slowly and carefully remove the mother from the egg so I could get the eggs inside of the egg box and ready for incubation.
You could hardly call this a clutch. It's just 1 egg and 1 slug.
Let's get the egg inside of the egg box and ready for incubation. I marked the egg as I found it, but when I candled the egg, I noticed that the embryo was on the bottom. So I rotated the egg to make sure it was facing up. This is the slug, which is an infertile egg, as you can see that there's no veins or embryo growing inside.
I remarked this egg and then I got it inside of the incubator, but we'll check up on it again soon.
This ball python egg is on day 6 of incubation. Let's check up on it.
If you've been following the journey, you'll remember that this is the mother. She's a GHI Mojave, and this is the father. He's a pastel superstripe.
This combination of genes could produce one of 16 different color and pattern combinations. It could be something very simple or very complex, so it'll be interesting to see what hatches out.
Don't forget to like and share, and for even more exclusive content, check out our Patreon.
This egg came out very long. Here it is next to a chicken egg for comparison.
I've had longer eggs like this in the past, and they're typically nothing to worry about. Now, she was a first-time mom and a little bit on the small side, so they may have been contributing factors to the size of the egg.
Let's candle the egg and take a look at what's going on inside. You can see that the flashlight is lighting up the inside of the egg, showing those strong, healthy-looking veins. Over the next few weeks as the baby develops, the inside of that egg is going to get darker and make it harder to see what's going on inside when we candle it.
But as of right now, everything looks as it should. In about 50 to 55 days, we should see a new baby snake.
Not long ago, I found this ball python curled up on some eggs.
So the first thing I did was gently remove the mother from the egg so I could collect them and incubate them.
But to my surprise, after removing the mother, I discovered that there was only 2 eggs, and one of those eggs was infertile. The fertile egg is now on day 13 of incubation.
At 13 days, we're still in the early stages of development, but some key processes are underway.
One of those processes is organogenesis, which is just a fancy way of saying that the organs are developing. The heart is already functioning, pumping blood through a network of vessels. The baby snake's brain is developing distinct regions, and the spine is elongating. The snake's digestive system and respiratory system are also in development right now.
When I candled the egg, we could see that strong network of blood vessels, and we could also see the shadow of the embryo, which means everything is developing as it should.
Sometimes you could even make out the heartbeat of the snake. The humidity looks good and the temperature is good, so I'm going to get these eggs back in the incubator and I'll update you soon. This ball python egg is on day 24 of incubation, so it's almost halfway done.
And today we're going to look for the heartbeat of the baby snake growing inside.
Right now the baby snake is growing rapidly. It clearly looks like a snake with a well-defined head and spinal curve. Most of its internal organs are formed and functioning at a very basic level. It's probably about 25 to 35% of the size it will be once it hatches.
First we'll candle the egg and see if we notice any movement, and then we'll look for the heartbeat.
Right away, this curious little one moved toward the light to check it out. And then it looks like it sunk back down into a cozy spot inside of the egg. When I candled the egg closely, you could see the network of blood vessels. And while we can't see the actual heartbeat this time, we could see it in action. The heart is pumping nutrients, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and waste through those blood vessels. And this is the baby snake's lifeline. It's what is allowing it to grow into a fully functional snake.
We're about halfway there. In about 30 to 35 days, this baby snake is going to hatch.
This ball python egg is on day 42 of incubation.
It's getting very close to hatching, so let's take a closer look at it.
There was only 2 eggs in this clutch, and one of those eggs was a slug. So this clutch is about as below average as you could get. But the good news is that this egg is looking pretty good. We've been incubating it at 89 degrees Fahrenheit, and we've been keeping the humidity very high, so the egg is still nice and plump and well hydrated.
Taking a look at the inside of the egg, everything appears to be developing as it should.
At this point in incubation, the baby snake is pretty well developed inside. I even noticed a little bit of movement going on inside of the egg. The color and pattern of the snake is already developed. The snake's lungs and all of its organs are functioning. Its muscles are growing stronger and its teeth are developed, so it's ready to cut through that egg. But before it does, it still has a little bit of growing to do. So over the next 10 to 15 days, it'll hang out inside of the egg and continue to absorb the yolk until it gets bigger and stronger.
And as soon as it hatches, I'll be sure to let you know. I'm going to get this egg back in the incubator, but we'll check up on it again soon.
This ball python egg is so close to hatching, I wouldn't be surprised if it pipped while I'm filming this video.
This egg is on day 55 of incubation, so it's considered full term and it could hatch anytime now.
I could feel the snake moving around inside of the egg and responding to my touch. It's pretty wild to think that just in 55 days, the snake inside of this egg went from an embryo all the way to a fully developed snake. And when it hatches, it'll have all of the abilities to hunt and survive on its own. It won't need its parents for anything.
When this snake crawls out of the egg, it just knows what to do. It doesn't need training or instructions. It just lives off pure instinct.
The big question is, what is this baby going to look like? With genes like GHI, Pastel, Mojave, Yellow Belly, and Spectre, this baby could crawl out with just one of those genes or some insane combination.
But that's part of the fun of breeding ball pythons. With so many different color and pattern combinations, you just never know exactly what you're going to get. I'm going to get these eggs back in the incubator, but I will be glued to it, and I'll update you as soon as I see something.
This ball python egg is on day 59 of incubation.
This is from the clutch that only had one egg in it, and just wait until you see how beautiful this snake is.
This snake pipped all on its own, and you could see how it sliced up the egg. It must have really wanted to get out of there. I'm going to cut this egg open a little bit more so we could see what this baby looks like. The mother of this clutch was a GHI Mojave and the father was a Pastel Super Stripe. So there's a lot of different possibilities for this baby. Peeking through the slice that we just made, it looks like it's something dark. And when we peeled back the egg, wow, did we get lucky. This looks like a beautiful GHI Mojave with maybe another gene mixed in.
GHI Mojaves are one of my favorite 2-gene combinations. It's a dark snake with a lighter spotted dorsal stripe and sort of these faded ghostly markings along their sides.
I think we got very lucky with this snake. With only one egg in the clutch, we could have hatched out something a lot less exciting. To be honest, this morph would have been near or at the top of the list if I could have chosen what I wanted to hatch out of that egg.
I'm gonna get this little one back in the incubator, but I'll let you know once it crawls out.
We're on day 62 of incubation. Let's see if this ball python crawled out of its egg.
In the last video, we saw that this snake was very dark and beautiful. I can't wait to see what it looks like up close.
And wow, is this snake amazing looking. But even more importantly, it looks healthy. The snake is behaving as it should, it's nice and plump, and I don't see any deformities at all. I love how its dark base color contrasts with that light dorsal stripe. And once it sheds, it's going to get even brighter.
This snake contains at least 3 different genes: the Mojave gene, the GHI gene, and either Spectre or Yellow Belly.
Because the father was a Super Stripe, we know that this snake contains either the Spectre gene or the Yellow Belly gene. But because it's mixed with GHI and Mojave, we can't tell which one it is. And there's something else going on in this snake that I'm not sure about. The dorsal stripe has a lot of hooks and curls in it. I'm not sure if that's just a pattern variant or there's another gene at play. Either way, it's an absolutely beautiful and healthy snake, and I can't wait to see it after it sheds.
This little one should be shedding very soon, and as soon as it does, I'll update you.
This amazing ball python crawled out of its egg just a few days ago.
And it just shed for the first time ever, so its colors are going to be absolutely brilliant. Let's get a closer look at it.
I love the dark and light contrasting colors of this snake. The dorsal stripe is a broken up line with a lot of different hooks and curls in it, which is not common in all GHI Mojave combinations, so I'm wondering if there's another gene at play in this mix. The side pattern is even more faded than a typical GHI Mojave, and that's because this snake contains the Spectre or Yellow Belly gene in it as well.
Another unique feature of this snake is this side pattern at the very tip of its tail.
So this snake has a lot of really neat subtle features. This mark here is where the snake's yolk stalk was, which is similar to an umbilical cord. So it's pretty much a snake belly button. Now that this snake shed, it's time to start getting some meals inside of its belly.
The snake looks great and it's pretty unique, so I'm still not sure yet whether I want to hang on to it to use as a future breeder or not.
I'm going to get this little one set up inside of its enclosure now. I'll give it a day or two to settle in and then I'll offer it its first meal.